The 24 Hours of Le Mans is the world's oldest active endurance race held at the Circuit de la Sarthe. It is one of the most prestigious auto races in the world and part of the FIA World Endurance Championship. After their historic win in 2016, Ford returns to Le Mans to defend their title. Join us for a lap at the legendary track in the 2017 Ford GT. One thing you'll notice about the front stretch are the towering stands and buildings on both sides. It creates an intimidating start to the lap. The Dunlop Curve really requires swinging in from a wide angle for the best line into the Dunlop Chicane. Getting the braking right here can be tricky, and it won't be uncommon for drivers to miss the apex. Up the hill and over the crest beneath the famous Dunlop Bridge, we're now taken into the Chapel Rundown. Here is where we leave the Bugatti circuit for the 24-hour circuit. The left-hander in the Forest S's has quite a bit of banking, but it's surprisingly easy to understeer wide. Don't let the hump at the exit catch you out, and then be ready for Tertre Rouge. This quick kink has an enormous effect on your lap time and needs great precision to extract the most out of it. That's because it dumps you onto the infamous Mulsanne Straight. What used to be a flat-out blast to the Mulsanne Corner is now split up by two chicanes. Coming up to the Forza chicane, you've got plenty of brake markers on your left and your right. Make sure and take note of them, since you'll probably be offline due to traffic at least a few times. There's 3 apexes here, but ideally you want to be fully on the throttle coming out of the second one. Once again, long straight plus early on the power equals more top end. Now we come to the Michelin Chicane. It's pretty much a clone of the Forza chicane, but mirrored. Same deal, get tight to the first 2 apexes, then power out fully on the gas through the third. Now, the Mulsanne Corner used to be a straight braking zone, but in the 80s, a roundabout was added here. That means there's now a tricky little kink right when you're trying to slow the car up. Going from about 170 miles an hour down to about 50 is no mean feat. And as you would expect, lots of drivers find themselves slithering into the gravel trap on the outside. But the exit here will pay dividends if you can confidently put your right foot down, because once again, you'll be getting all the way to 6th gear by the time you reach Indianapolis. Drivers won't be able to stay flat out on the entry, and balancing this beast on the brakes is gonna be a handful for sure. Get it as far right as she'll go so that you can swing it through the banking right down to the apex. Switch sides quickly though for the best line into Arnage. This is one of the slowest corners, and the encroaching tire barrier on the outside makes it embarrassingly easy to clatter the wall. A little ways up are the Porsche curves. There's a level of finesse needed through these S's in order to get the most out of them. Getting offline is going to cost you gobs of time with the way it throws off your rhythm. Bridge can be treacherous if you get greedy, because the big blue wall will have no mercy if you clobber it. That leads into karting, where things slow down a bit. You'll need restraint with the throttle to keep it tucked in tight to the inside. The last left-hander will prove tough to tuck the nose into the apex, and then many will find themselves drifting wide into the paved runoff. It's easily flat out through Maison Blanche, and then ease over to the right side of the track for the Ford chicane. This first part will be relatively quick, but don't let the car get squirrely. You need it nice and planted to slow up further for the second half, where it's more important to get everything lined up. This last launch takes you back to the front stretch to complete your lap around Le Mans. For more information on iRacing, check out iRacing.com.